right, joining us now on Sports Final, former Flyer and NBC Sports hockey analyst Jeremy Roenick. JR, we got to ask you, have you recovered from the alumni game yet? You were a little sore after that game.
My hamstrings still have a tweak of soreness, but overall it was a great time. You know, I had a good time with my friends and family, and being in Philly was fantastic. So I'm trying not to forget it, but it's starting to get a little bit long, but it was a great weekend all in all.
Oh, Philly loved that weekend, and I'll tell you, the crowds were amazing. I got to ask you right now, JR, about the Flyers goalie situation. You've got, on one hand, Bryzgalov. He's lost 6 of his last 8 games, and Sergei Bobrovsky, has won 6 of his last 8. Is this becoming a concern here that Bob is outplaying Briz this late in the season?
Well, it is in terms of the salary structure. Bryzgalov obviously making, you know, the big salary and the big contract, but you got to go with the hot hand, and Bobrovsky's been fantastic, and he gives Peter Laviolette a good staple to go in there and challenge Bryzgalov night in and night out. And you know, when a goaltender's playing good, you're going to get the guys in front of him start to play better and play harder for him. So, and I think the guys like having Bobrovsky in net. I think Bryzgalov has a lot to prove to this team, and he better knuckle down and start stopping the puck and showing his teammates that he deserves that contract that the Flyers gave him. And he's got the talent. It's just, when is he going to bring it?
Jeremy, you made a good point there about guys playing in front of the goalie, playing better for Bob right now. When you watch these games, Bryzgalov, it seems like the defense has more lapses when he's in goal, and there's more bad bounces, more deflections. Why is that happening?
It's a good question, and I don't know the dynamics of what's going on in the locker room between both goaltenders and the players, but there's no question that when the team feels confident about their goaltender, they're going to play more confident in front of them. They're going to make better plays, better decisions with the puck, and a lot of times they're going to work harder for their goaltender. Right now, it's Bobrovsky playing that hot hand right now, and the team has a lot of confidence in front of them, and I think they're just going to keep rolling that. And there's no goaltending controversy right now. It's Bobrovsky in net, and I think Peter Laviolette's going to keep running them until otherwise he plays himself out of that role.
And we saw on 24/7 Alumni Weekend, you kind of reached out to Ilya Bryzgalov, kind of gave him a pep talk. You knew what it was like to come to Philadelphia, and he was in Phoenix, where there's not as much media, not as much attention. Do you think that has affected him a little bit here, the pressure of Philadelphia?
It's a very difficult city to play in, and I think, you know, the reason why I talked to him the way that I did is because I know how good this guy is, John. I know how hard he is to score against. For some reason, his head is just in the clouds right now. It's up in the atmosphere, looking at the atmosphere, or whatever he was talking about on 24/7. But what I was saying to him is championships are won with goaltending. The better goaltenders in the Stanley Cup Finals usually win the cup. And if the Philadelphia Flyers intend to win the cup, they have to have their goaltending being as good as it possibly can. Bryzgalov is the guy that they're going to be looking to with that contract that they extended him. He is the goaltender that they're looking at to get rid of all that the last 20 years of goaltending controversy. And I just said, hey, listen, you just stop the puck. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about talking to the media. Don't talk about the cameras and all that stuff. Just stop the puck, and if he does, then the team has a very good chance of winning the Stanley Cup, because they are strong all the way through, you know, from top to bottom, this Philadelphia Flyers team.
Yeah, they are really strong, and the one thing that concerns a lot of Flyer fans here, Jeremy, is the concussions. Now JVR is out indefinitely with a concussion. That's 5 Flyers who have had concussions, and you see Claude Giroux playing in the 11 games since he came back from the concussion. He's only had 1 goal in his last 10 games, not as confident right now. You had what, 10, 11, 12 concussions, right? How does it...
13.
Wow. How does it affect you when you come back and play after a concussion?
What?
It's still affecting you.
I didn't. What? Yeah, you know, it's not easy. There's a lot more emphasis on the concussion aspect, and the league is really cracking down on it. I've never seen more guys go down with concussions in my entire career, or my entire lifetime watching sports. You talk about Giroux. He's been playing great all year. It's really difficult to play 82 games and keep the pace up that he was having. There's no question he's been the MVP the first half of the season, and he's been dynamic, and he will continue to be dynamic for the rest of the season. I just love watching him play.
Oh, we all do. And And JR, where would this Flyer team be without some of these rookies? I think out of all the teams in the NHL, they're getting more points out of the rookies, especially Couturier and Reed. Is this the depth that can make them a Stanley Cup champ?
Without question. I think one thing that really helps these rookies is the addition of Jaromir Jagr. He's really come on and really worked harder than anybody on that team to maintain his physical condition, his health. There couldn't be a better guy right now than Jaromir Jagr in terms of a leadership veteran. And, you know, he's changed a lot. He looks a lot different to me, both personally and on the ice than he was when he left.
Great insights from Jeremy Roenick. And, Jeremy, we hope maybe the pep talk with Ilya Bryzgalov kicks in eventually here. Slowly.
And I hope so. Get his head out of the stars and start stopping that puck. Come on, kid.
You got it, JR. Thanks a lot for joining us tonight. All right, coming up next here.